y'all. So I wanted to create a video explaining your quiz for this week. So you have 2 attempts on the quiz. I will grade the attempts as soon as I'm able. Just so you know, though, even if you do a second attempt outside of week 5, you'll still get full credit for it, as long as your first attempt is in week 5 in this week and it's a real attempt. So in this week, you have these different resources. This first one is directions, the scenario. It's really important that you read through all of these different sources. It's really, really important with this assignment thinking of the purpose of it. The purpose is to think about using credible sources, about using sources that are going to do the job that you want it to do. Regardless of whether it's for this class or a different academic class or in life, it's really important to use evidence that is going to work with your audience. So as you're going through, please make sure that you read through this assessment. This assessment is worth 15% of your overall grade. So please take the time to read over everything to make sure that you understand what it is that you're going through. Excuse me. So the scenario that is there, make sure that you go through, that you are preparing an essay on why flexible schedules are an attractive benefit for today's workplace. You do have to use the virtual library. You're not writing a full essay, you're just writing a summary and why it's an important source. We'll get to that in just a minute. So there's different directions, on how to find this. The questions are here for you. It has exactly what it is that you're going to need to do. Personally, I would recommend writing it separately and then copying and pasting it into the source itself. So once again, you have the different information, the sources that are there. Please make sure that you look through all of these, searching the library, creating a quote, creating a reference. When you're ready to take the quiz, you'll just click here as you have for the other quizzes. And the questions are here. They're on the explanation as well, a word for word of what it is that you're being asked to do. So you are ready to go. What I would recommend, again, is writing it on a separate document. And then when you are ready, copying and pasting it into the spot. That way, in case of anything, you have it ready to go. So the first one is 50 to 150 word summary of the article using your own words. I would really appreciate if you not just stated the main idea of the article and summarized it and the conclusion, but I'd really like to know the title of the article. It doesn't say that in this one here. You do have that later. So if you don't include it in the summary, that's okay. But it would just be helpful to me. And I think it's a good practice to say, oh, this article by so-and-so said these things. Something really important to take note of is the word count. It does need to be between 50 and 150 words. I am going to have to take note of that. So please make sure that you're following those instructions. You're going to need a quote and a citation, an in-text citation. Then for the third, you have a reference. So making sure that you have the correct APA reference. Bryant and Stratton really focuses on the APA citation. So make sure that you are using that exact citation. If it is a different type of citation, it will not be correct. And then the purpose of the article, really, again, paying attention to the word count, 50 to 100 words, and thinking of why is it that it's going to be persuasive? Thinking about your audience. If my audience is these people, this article is persuasive to those people for this reason. So just again, making sure that you are following all the instructions. And then the last question, again, 50 to 150 words. It's really, really, I cannot emphasize so much how important it is to stick to those word counts and to make sure that you're fully answering the question that's there. There is no rubric for this, the way that there has been in other assignments and the way that there will be in future. So just make sure that you stick to all of the points. If you have any questions on anything, let me know. But again, I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you look through each one of these resources before you get started, that you understand everything that goes into this assessment. If you have any questions, of course, let me know.